Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to be exploring the new Amy Loves collaboration with ADEPT Cosmetics. I am super excited to show you guys these palettes, in particular the eyeshadow palette. As you may know if you've watched any of my ADEPT Cosmetics videos before, I am obsessed with their shimmer formulas. They have the greatest, most pigmented, shiftiest shimmers ever, and so I cannot wait to show you this palette, the shimmers in it, the color story. And in today's video we'll be doing a couple of looks with the palette. If you're watching this video, this collection is already out. It launches May 1st at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe, and I think you may be able to use code PATTY10 to get 10% off of your palette. They also have a discounted bundle. If you get the bundle, the code will not apply, but I do believe code PATTY10 can get you 10% off of your palette if you're interested. I'm going to start by showing you guys the cheek palette first. As you can see, it has this beautiful pink glitter packaging. It says Amy Loves up here. And this blush palette has 2 blush shades and 2 highlighter shades. In some of the videos I first saw online, I thought this Cupid shade was almost like a red. It looked darker. But now that I'm looking at it in my lighting here at home, it's going to be a good color for tan and dark complexions, but I believe someone with my skin tone can also get away with using this one. The lighter pink shade I knew would of course work on me, and I cannot wait to swatch these. So let's go ahead and show you the swatches of these first. So let's go for the shades Athena, Aries, Mishka, and Cupid. Here is how they look on the tip of my finger. And let's go ahead and swatch them. Once again, Athena, Aries, Mishka, and Cupid. So take a look right there at the swatches of the cheek palette. I'm a little scared of the highlighting shades because I feel like they could maybe possibly enhance my texture a bit, but I will try at least one of them anyways. And then both of the blushes look really beautiful. With Cupid, I would have to do a very light hand of it because you guys know I love my natural looking blushes, but it is a really pretty peachy shade. So now let's get to the fun. Let's get to the eyeshadow palette, which is honestly the thing that I'm truly most excited about. Here is what it looks like. As you can see, the outside has multicolor glitter sparkles, and it also says Amy Loves right here. And then once you open it, take a look inside at the absolutely stunning cool toned color story. As you can see, this one has 5 mattes and then 10 shimmer shades. I'm sure that we're going to find glittery shades in here and that we're going to find some multi-chromes as well. I'm going to have to go outside and show you some of these shifty shades in natural lighting because I'm sure that my lights in here will not do it justice. Just so you know how shifty these can be, take a look right here at like their promo picture with all of the shifty swatches. I'm so excited to swatch these shades for you. So let's just get started with the first row. Take a look at the one in my pinky finger, how it goes from purple to pink. So beautiful. First shade is Lights Up, which is this absolutely stunning, very light champagne shifty shade. This one is pretty straightforward. It's called Pink, and it's a really beautiful pink shimmer. Then we have Mocha, which is our first matte, and as you can see, it has a really nice kind of purpley undertone. And then the shade Floral here, which is that shifty pink to purple one. So beautiful. The last shade in the first row is called Glam, and it's this chunkier glitter sparkle. So stunning, and I barely had to touch it for full pigmentation. Look at how beautiful and foiled that looks. Crazy. Look at how beautiful and foiled that shade is. It's like a mirror. It made my camera not focus for a second. Wow. Wow, 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 that shade is stunning. And I still have shimmer left on my finger. That was the lightest touch too. Wow. Moving on to row number 2, and you can already see how crazy shifty these shades are. In particular, this first one. It's got this purple base and then these like beautiful gold and green sparkles. So that shade is called Pisces. Take a look right there. And then we have 1997, which is a matte. And even though this one looks pretty dark on the pan, it's one that you can build up or you can have a bit more sheer to use as a transition. Then we have the shade Lavender, which is, it looks lavender now that I swatch it, but I'm looking at my pan in the palette, and in the palette it looks green. So it's lavender with green sparkles. See, it's this shade right here. If I shift it this way to you, it looks blue. I was looking at it and it looked green, and then if I put it straight in front of the light, it looks lavender. Anyways, the next color is a matte, and it's called Mi Amor, and it's a nice soft blue matte shade. And then this multicolor sparkly shade right here is the last shade in row number 2, and it's called Indie, and it looks so freaking stunning. I cannot with these swatches. These are so much fun. I love swatching sparkly eyeshadows. It's my favorite thing. Row number 3 and last, and the first color is called Stunning, and it's this beautiful minty shimmer shade. Take a look right there. Then we have the shade Caramel, which is actually like a pewtery silver shade. So soft. Billion Much. It's the next matte color, which is a bit of a darker cool tone brown with a bit of a purple hue to it. It's definitely darker than this one. And then we have the shade Vibes, which is a dark pewter shimmer with a bit of purple in it maybe. And then one last matte color, which I think is going to be the darkest of them all. This one's called Scrunchy, and it's like a very dark gray shade with a bit of a purpley undertone still, which makes it more cool toned. So check it out. Take a look right here at how incredibly beautiful the color story of this palette is. It's a beautiful cool tone palette with lots of shimmer and sparkle and shifty shades, and like, it's fun. I don't know, it's like a fun cool tone palette. I love it. I don't want to wipe it off. These swatches are so beautiful. Get a little closer and let's work on some eyeshadow looks. I'm going to start with a fluffy brush. This one is my number 27 brush from Rephr, and I'm going to grab the shade 1997. Since I said this one would be a good transition-y cool toned type shade, and I'm going to mix 1997 back and forth on the crease of my eye. The AC just went on, so if you hear it loudly, I apologize, but also I'm hot, so I'm not gonna turn it off. So 1997 blended back and forth on the crease of my eye here. And see, even though I have light skin and it kind of looks intimidating in the pan, it's a pretty sheer matte shade that you can build up. You don't have to be scared of it. It's not going to be too dark too fast, you know? So back and forth. And then to darken it up, I'm going to use a smaller blending brush in the shade Billion Much. And I'm going to start by tapping this color right here on the outer third. And then with the tip of my brush, I'm going to blend it into my crease. Just back and forth with very light pressure. And you know, I mainly want to play with the shimmer, so I'm doing a very basic, smoky outer eye situation so that we can go in with the shimmers in a second. A little bit of Billion Much on a small fluffy brush to blend under my lower lash line. This one is, I believe, a Rephr number 14. The 14 mini works for this, or the Rephr number 13 works for this as well. And a little bit more 1997. Same brush, just to smoke it out. Mattes down, let's go in with the shimmers next. I think I'm going to start with the shade Indie here, which is the multicolor sparkle one, and put it on the outer part of the eyelid, near the outer corner where my matte is. I want to do at least 3 shimmers, so excuse me while I try to fit them all. So that is that beautiful shade Indie. And then back with my fluffy brush, I'm going to make sure that it blends into my mattes by tapping any excess product over the outer edge. In the center of the eyelid, I want to do the shade Lavender. Remember how I told you it looked green to me? Take a look at it right there on the side of my finger. That's the green I was talking about. See how beautiful that is? So I don't know how it'll translate on top here, but this is the shade Lavender. Beautiful. It kind of looks lavender when you look at it from the front. And I'm tapping it once again with my finger. And then for the innermost corner, I'm going to use the shade Stunning here with, this is an E57 from Sigma. And this is going to be the inner corner shade. This is a beautiful mint shimmer. And then work it into my eye look, blend it into the rest of the colors. And I'm going to define the eyelid right here with it. Just bringing it up through my eye socket, I guess, and blending it into the rest of those shimmer shades. That is very pretty. And I am doing the most because I want to try and show you as many shades as possible in the 2 looks that I'm doing today. But you can literally just grab the mattes that I grabbed and then maybe 1 shimmer shade and put it all over the rest of the space, and that will look beautiful as well. So let's go ahead and move on to look number 2 over here before I finish this one with mascara and all of that. I'm going to grab the shade Mi Amor, and this is a Rephr number 1 Max, so it's a big fluffy brush. And Mi Amor is going to be, I think, my transition shade. For this one, I'm going to start by adding it on the outer V of the eye back here. And then I'm going to back and forth blend it upwards a bit so that we have a smooth transition from skin to blue. Adding a little bit more Mi Amor right here on the outer third of the eyelid. And again, just making sure it blends all throughout my crease. And you don't have to darken this matte, like you could just leave it there and add your shimmers. However, once again, for the sake of using as many shades as possible today, I am going to add 1 more matte, but I could leave it at this for sure and I would be happy with that. So back with a smaller blending brush, I'm going to use the shade Mocha up here, and I'm going to use this color to darken up the outer third of my eyelid. It's going to look a little purpley because it has a purple undertone, but also we're putting it on top of blue, so it's helping that purple undertone come through even more. And I am blending it into the blue. Nice and smoky, but not too dark. A little bit more mocha on the outer third of my under eye. And back with that blue matte color, Mi Amor, we're smoking it out and bringing it all the way to the tear duct area. I definitely have to use the shade Glam on this eye look because I need to use it. But I think I also really want to use PCs. So I'm going to use PCs and Glam and then light up in the inner corner and just do the same gradient thing that I did on this side over here so that I can show you as many shades as possible. Look at how pretty those are. Stunning. Anyways, so let me start with the shade PCs right here. And this one's going to go really well since it has that beautiful purpley undertone as well. So I'm going to add it right back here on the outer half of my eyelid towards the outer corner right here. Check it out. That looks stunning. And once again, I could just put that all over the eyelid and be so happy with this eyeshadow look. It looks so beautiful. This is a very pretty shade. And it blended seamlessly into the mattes because it's the same undertone. Okay, so now with a very light hand, I'm going to barely touch Glam because it's intense. And we are going to add it right to the center and turn our eyelids into mirrors. That is crazy. That looks so good. Pushing it forward a bit. And I swear I barely touched it, and look at how much I have left. Oh my god, I love shimmers like these. If you don't like super sparkly shades, this one might not be for you. But I love super sparkly shades. So I'm really enjoying it. And then for the inner corner, lights up. And I'm applying it with my E57 from Sigma once again. I always have to apply my innermost corner color with a brush because my finger does not fit in there. And I like precision when I apply it. So check it out. This is so beautiful. If you like shimmery, glamorous, sparkly shades, look no further. This is the palette for you. It's so beautiful. On this waterline, I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Artist Pencil in 200 Endless Blue. Just as I suspected, it matches the matte shades beautifully. And then on the other side, I'm actually going to go for Makeup Forever once again. This is the 506 Endless Cocoa Artist Pencil, which I think a lot of people use for lips, but it does not look good on my lips. I like it for the waterline. And once again, it's kind of a perfect match for the mattes around the eye in this case. So here are the finished looks before I put on any mascara or lashes. Let me go ahead and do some of that, and I'll be back to show you the final results, and we'll try some blushes, some highlighters. I'll put a lip on and all of that fun stuff. Lashes are on. Check me out. Check me out. Absolutely love the way both of my eyes look right now with all the glamorous sparkles and all the shifty shades. I want to show you what this looks like outside in natural lighting in case it makes a difference, but I'm truly obsessed with these shimmers and sparkles and how shifty they are and how fun these eyeshadow looks are. If I had to choose one, I know this one's more neutral to cool tone, but I'm really loving what's going on over here. This right here is my favorite out of these two. I mean, I knew I couldn't go wrong with that shimmer glam on the eyelid. It's so reflective, it's so beautiful. I love it. On my lips, I'm going in with Pillow Talk Medium Lip Liner. The lip liner is a little too warm, but I'm going in with a pretty cool tone gloss. This one is Pat McGrath in Prima Donna. And so this right here is the finished look for now. I want to show you what the shades look like outside in natural lighting, and also what the cheek palette looks like on me, but I'm going to do that a little bit later because I'm doing my foundation wear test at the moment and I don't want to ruin the foundation wear test by adding blush and all of that. So I'm going to first show you what things look like in natural lighting, and I'll come back in a few hours after I finish my foundation wear test and show you the cheek palette on. For now though, enjoy the eyeshadow looks because I am loving them. As promised, I came outside to show you the looks in natural lighting. So check them out right here. Absolutely stunning. And I am also going to show you the swatches in natural lighting so that if there's any difference, you can see it. So take a look right here at the stunning swatches in the natural light. Look at how shifty that mermaidy shade is. Beautiful. And then here are the rest. I'm back. I finished the foundation wear test I told you about, and I blended away my blush that I was wearing from earlier so that I can try the cheek palette. So this is a Rephr number 5 brush, which I promise you is clean. It's just a bit on the stain side. So I'm thinking for one of my cheeks, I'm going to use this blush with this highlighter, and then for the other one, this blush with that highlighter. So let's just go for it. I'm going to start with Mishka here on my Rephr number 5 brush, and I'm going to blend this one over on this side. This is a nice blue toned matte blush, blending beautifully into the rest of my makeup, as you can see. And I like a light layer of blush, so I'm not going to build it up too much, but you can take a look right there at what it looks like on my skin tone. I'm going to turn my brush to the other side and go for the shade Cupid, and then blend it over here. This one's a bit darker, so immediately I'm going to get a bit more pigment out of it, but I'm going to not apply too much of it so that it's to my liking still. So here's the shade Cupid, and of course you can darken it up if your skin is a bit deeper than mine. So take a look right there. Wayne Goss number 5 brush, and I'm going to grab the shade Athena. And back to this side, I'm just going to, oh my goodness. She is powdery, okay? Thread lightly. Alright, I didn't know it was going to be that soft of a highlighter, but as you can see, I flicked away the extra highlighter. Now, I know that this is not a highlighter that I personally will get a lot of use out of because it's a bit out of my comfort zone, it's a bit too shiny, and it's drawing too much attention to the texture on my cheeks, in my opinion. Beautiful nonetheless. I'm into smoother highlighter formulas rather than the chunky ones. Back with the brush, and I'm going to grab Aries here. This one has a bit more of a pink base to it, and I grabbed a little less. And so take a look right here at what it looks like on this side. Kind of feeling the same towards this one. It's drawing a bit too much attention to the texture on my cheek, so that I'm not loving. The blush colors though, the blush colors are fantastic. So we have officially tried the whole Amy Loves and ADEPT Cosmetics collection. Obviously my most suggested thing is going to be the eyeshadow palette. I knew from the beginning this was going to be the thing that I loved the most. I have been wearing this makeup for several hours now. You guys sometimes ask me about shades creasing or not lasting. I want to say I put the eyeshadow on around 3 o'clock and it's 7:30. So as you can see, no creasiness and everything looks intact. I should add, I didn't even prime my eyes with an eyeshadow primer. I only had a bit of concealer on my eyelids when I first put this on. And as you can see, it looks beautiful. So if you like these types of eyeshadow looks like what I created today, if you like very glamorous, glittery, sparkly, shifty shadows, absolutely 100% go for this Amy Loves collaboration with ADEPT Cosmetics because you are not going to regret it. Remember, you can use code PATTY10, and save 10% off of your purchase. Don't forget to please let me know in the comment section of the video which look was your favorite. As I told you earlier, I am loving look number 2 right here. It is so freaking beautiful, and I'm curious if you guys agree, so let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.